Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video from our channel Gone Legends. Here we honour the lives and legacies of Hollywood stars and beloved icons who are no longer with us. Their stories continue to inspire, and through these tributes we keep their memories alive. Before we begin, we kindly ask you to support our work by liking this video and subscribing to Gone Legends. Your support means so much and helps us continue sharing the stories of those we've lost. Now, let's begin our journey of remembrance.
Treat Williams, the versatile and deeply respected actor of stage and screen, was born on December 1, 1951, in Rowayton, Connecticut. Over the course of 5 decades, he built a career that balanced Broadway musicals, Hollywood films, and heartfelt television dramas. Williams first captured attention with his breakout role in the 1979 film adaptation of Hair, where his charisma and energy shone brightly in the counterculture musical. From there, his career flourished with diverse performances, from crime thrillers and romantic dramas to family-friendly television. His ability to move seamlessly between genres made him one of the most reliable and admired performers of his generation. On television, Williams earned widespread love as Dr. Andrew Brown in the critically acclaimed series Everwood. His portrayal of a widowed doctor starting over in a small town resonated deeply with audiences, showcasing his ability to bring compassion and humanity to the screen. Beyond Everwood, he appeared in dozens of TV shows and films, always delivering roles filled with honesty and authenticity. Tragically, on June 12, 2023, Treat Williams died at the age of 71 after a motorcycle accident in Vermont. His passing was sudden and heartbreaking, leaving colleagues and fans across the world in shock. Friends and fellow actors remembered him not only for his immense talent but for his generosity, warmth, and dedication to his craft. Throughout his life, Williams never sought the spotlight for its own sake. Instead, he poured himself into the work, giving every character depth and sincerity. That dedication earned him the respect of his peers and the admiration of audiences who found truth in his performances. His legacy lives on in the unforgettable characters he brought to life and in the quiet dignity with which he carried his career. Treat Williams will be remembered as a hard-working actor, a caring colleague, and a beloved figure whose contributions to stage, film, and television remain timeless. Ray Liotta, one of Hollywood's most captivating actors, was born on December 18, 1954, in Newark, New Jersey. Over a career that spanned more than 4 decades, he became known for his piercing blue eyes, his commanding presence, and his ability to slip seamlessly between intensity and vulnerability. Liotta first drew attention with his breakout performance in Something Wild, 1986, which earned him a Golden Globe nomination. But it was in 1990 that he delivered the role that would define him for generations, Henry Hill in Martin Scorsese's crime masterpiece Goodfellas. His portrayal of a young man rising through the ranks of the mob was both chilling and magnetic, making Goodfellas one of the greatest films in American cinema. His performance remains a benchmark for crime dramas, cementing his place in Hollywood history. Beyond gangster films, Ray Liotta showed remarkable range. He voiced Tommy Vercetti in the iconic video game Grand Theft Auto, Vice City, introduced himself to a new generation of fans, and took on diverse roles in Field of Dreams, Copland, Blow, and Marriage Story. He could be both the tough guy and the heartfelt everyman, proving that his talent extended far beyond the world of crime cinema. Colleagues often described Liotta as deeply committed to his craft. Whether leading a film or playing a supporting role, he poured himself into every character, bringing authenticity and raw emotion to the screen. His ability to balance intensity with humanity made his performances unforgettable. On May 26, 2022, while working on a film in the Dominican Republic, Ray Liotta passed away in his sleep at the age of 67. The news shocked fans and fellow actors alike, who mourned the loss of a performer still very much in his prime. Ray Liotta's legacy is one of power and presence. He proved that an actor could be both frighteningly intense and deeply moving, often in the same breath. His work in Goodfellas alone would have secured his place in film history, but his career was filled with memorable roles that showcased his range and depth. Though he is gone, his performances remain alive on screen, reminding us of the unforgettable impact he had on cinema, and the way he could captivate audiences with nothing more than a glance and a line of dialogue. Raquel Welch, an enduring symbol of beauty, strength, and talent, passed away in February 2023 at the age of 82. Born Jo Raquel Tejada on September 5, 1940, in Chicago, Illinois, she grew up with dreams of performance and quickly became one of the most recognizable stars of her generation. She first rose to fame in the 1960s, captivating audiences with her breakout role in 1 Million Years BC. Though she had only a few lines in the film, her striking screen presence turned her into a worldwide sensation. The iconic image of Welch in a prehistoric fur bikini became one of the most famous promotional photos in Hollywood history, cementing her status as a cultural phenomenon. But Raquel Welch was far more than a screen siren. Determined to prove herself as a serious actress, she took on challenging roles that showcased her talent and range. In 1974, she won the Golden Globe Award for Best Actress for her performance in The Three Musketeers. She went on to star in films such as Fantastic Voyage, Bandolero, and Kansas City Bomber, balancing glamour with grit and charm with determination. Throughout her decades-long career, Welch redefined what it meant to be a Hollywood star. She pushed against the stereotypes placed on women in film, carving out a career that celebrated both her beauty and her independence. Off-screen, she became a role model for self-confidence, professionalism, and resilience, inspiring women around the world to embrace their strength without apology. In addition to her film and television work, Welch found success as an author, fitness icon, and businesswoman. Her best-selling books and exercise programs further solidified her image as a woman who embraced health, confidence, and empowerment at every stage of life. When she passed away in 2023, the world mourned not only a glamorous star, but a woman who had become a symbol of independence and perseverance. Raquel Welch's legacy is lasting. She will always be remembered as the actress who broke barriers, who redefined Hollywood glamour, and who proved that true beauty comes from strength, talent, and authenticity. Kirstie Alley, the Emmy-winning actress who captured the hearts of millions, was born on January 12, 1951, in Wichita, Kansas. With her magnetic presence and comedic timing, she became one of television's most beloved stars. Her breakthrough came in the late 1980s when she joined the cast of the hit sitcom Cheers, stepping into the role of Rebecca Howe. Alley's sharp wit, charm, and vulnerability brought new life to the show, earning her an Emmy Award and cementing her status as a household name. She became part of one of television's greatest ensembles, helping Cheers remain a cultural phenomenon. Beyond the bar at Cheers, Alley found success on the big screen. She starred in the hugely popular comedy Look Who's Talking alongside John Travolta, a film that showcased her warmth and comedic brilliance. Sequels followed, and she continued to prove her ability to make audiences laugh while bringing depth to every role she played. Her career spanned decades, with appearances in television films, guest roles, and reality television that kept her connected to fans who adored her candid personality. Kirstie Alley wasn't just an actress, she was an entertainer whose authenticity and humor resonated with audiences of all ages. In December 2022, Alley passed away at the age of 71 after a private battle with cancer. Her death was met with an outpouring of grief and tributes from colleagues, friends, and fans who remembered her as a bright light in Hollywood. Kirstie Alley's legacy is one of laughter, resilience, and unforgettable performances. She left behind not just characters, but memories, moments of joy that continue to live on in the hearts of those who grew up watching her. She will always be remembered as the quick-witted star whose charisma lit up every screen she touched. Paul Reubens, best remembered as the unforgettable Pee-wee Herman, was born on August 27, 1952, in Peekskill, New York, and grew up in Sarasota, Florida. From an early age, he showed a flair for performance, comedy, and the kind of wild imagination that would later make him a household name. In the late 1970s, after joining the famed improved group The Groundlings, Reubens created the quirky, childlike character of Pee-wee Herman, a bow-tied, red-lipped, high-energy figure unlike anything audiences had ever seen. What began as a stage act quickly blossomed into a pop culture phenomenon. With the release of Pee-wee's Big Adventure in 1985, directed by a then-unknown Tim Burton, Pee-wee became a star of the big screen. The film's offbeat humor, colorful style, and unforgettable charm captured the imagination of audiences around the world. Following its success, Pee-wee's Playhouse debuted on television, running from 1986 to 1991. The show became a cultural landmark, blending surreal comedy, wacky characters, and childlike wonder in a way that appealed to both kids and adults. Reubens Pee-wee wasn't just a character, he was an icon. His laugh, his catchphrases, and his playful spirit made him instantly recognizable. To children of the 1980s and 90s, Pee-wee Herman was a symbol of fun, imagination, and the joy of being unapologetically silly. But Paul Reubens was more than just Pee-wee. He appeared in films like Batman Returns, Blow, and voiced characters in animated favorites including The Nightmare Before Christmas and The Smurfs. His range as a performer proved that behind the zany, childlike exterior was an actor of remarkable versatility. Privately, Reubens faced health challenges that he kept from the public eye. On July 30, 2023, he passed away at the age of 70 after a private battle with cancer. News of his death stunned fans who had no idea he was suffering in silence. In a heartfelt message prepared before his passing, Paul apologized to his fans for not sharing his illness sooner, expressing gratitude for the love and support he had received over the years. It was a reminder that behind the eccentric character was a kind, thoughtful man who cherished the joy he brought to others. Paul Reubens leaves behind a legacy of laughter, creativity, and endless imagination. He showed the world that playfulness has power, that embracing your inner child can bring happiness not just to yourself, but to millions. He will forever be remembered as a cultural icon who proved that sometimes the greatest gift an artist can give is joy. James Caan, the tough yet tender actor whose career spanned more than 5 decades, passed away in July 2022 at the age of 82. Born on March 26, 1940, in the Bronx, New York, Caan grew up with the grit and determination that would later define so many of his roles. His breakthrough came in 1972, when he brought fiery life to Sonny Corleone in The Godfather. With raw energy, charisma, and volatility, Caan made Sonny one of cinema's most unforgettable characters. His performance earned him an Academy Award nomination and cemented his place in Hollywood history. But James Caan's career stretched far beyond The Godfather. He proved his versatility in thrillers like Misery, where he played a novelist held captive in one of the most chilling performances of the 1990s. He charmed audiences in comedies like Elf, showing a softer, lighter side that contrasted beautifully with his tough guy reputation. Films like Thief, Brian's Song, and Rollerball revealed his range, from vulnerable to commanding, from explosive to deeply moving. What set Caan apart was his ability to blend toughness with humanity. Whether he was playing a mob boss, a broken man, or a reluctant father, he brought an intensity and depth that made his characters feel alive. He wasn't just acting, he was inhabiting lives, making audiences believe every word, every gesture, every emotion. Off-screen, James Caan was known for his sharp wit, his love of sports, and his larger-than-life personality. He experienced highs and lows in his career, stepping away from Hollywood at times, only to return with performances that reminded everyone of his brilliance. When he passed in July 2022, tributes poured in from fellow actors, directors, and fans around the world. They remembered him as a powerhouse, a friend, and a professional who gave everything to his craft. James Caan's legacy is one of unforgettable performances and a career that proved the power of raw, emotional storytelling. His work continues to inspire actors and entertain audiences, ensuring that the man who brought so much life to the screen will never be forgotten. Betty White, affectionately known as the First Lady of Television, was one of the most beloved entertainers in American history. Born on January 17, 1922, in Oak Park, Illinois, she grew up with a love for animals and an early fascination with performing. That passion led her to Hollywood, where she would begin a career that spanned more than 7 decades, making her one of the longest-working performers in entertainment history. Her career began in the earliest days of television, when the medium itself was still new. In 1949, Betty co-hosted Hollywood on Television, a live daily show that required her to improvise for hours at a time. That experience shaped her into a performer with sharp wit, quick timing, and an ease in front of the camera that few could match. By 1953, she was starring in and producing her own sitcom, Life with Elizabeth, making her one of the first women in Hollywood to produce a television show, a groundbreaking achievement for the time. Betty White became a household name through iconic roles in television history. She delighted audiences as the quirky Sue and Nivens on The Mary Tyler Moore Show in the 1970s, earning 2 Emmy Awards for her sharp, witty performance. Then, in the 1980s, she captured an entirely new generation of fans as the sweet but hilariously naive Rose Nyland in The Golden Girls. That show not only became a cultural phenomenon but also proved that older women could headline primetime television with style, humor, and grace. But Betty White's influence stretched far beyond scripted television. She was also a frequent guest on game shows like Password and Match Game, where her quick wit and playful banter made her a fan favorite. Her appearances on late-night talk shows revealed a personality as warm and funny off-screen as the characters she played on-screen. What made Betty truly extraordinary was not only her comedic genius but also her humanity. She was a tireless advocate for animals, working with organizations like the Los Angeles Zoo and the Morris Animal Foundation for decades. Her deep compassion and generosity earned her respect not just as an entertainer, but as a humanitarian. On December 31, 2021, just weeks before what would have been her 100th birthday, Betty White passed away peacefully in her sleep. The news stunned fans worldwide, who had looked forward to celebrating her centennial milestone. In her nearly 100 years, Betty White gave the world laughter, comfort, and joy, and even in her final days, she remained a symbol of optimism, kindness, and resilience. Betty White's legacy is timeless. She broke barriers for women in television, entertained audiences across generations, and showed us the power of humor to bring people together. She will forever be remembered not only as a pioneer of television but also as a cherished figure whose laughter and warmth will echo for years to come. Michael Andrew Fox, known to the world as Michael J. Fox, was born on June 9, 1961, in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. His story begins in a modest Canadian household, but it would eventually grow into one of the most inspiring and extraordinary journeys in entertainment history. His father, William, was a sergeant in the Canadian Armed Forces before later working as a police officer, while his mother, Phyllis, was a payroll clerk and bookkeeper. Together they raised 5 children, and Michael was the 4th among them. The Fox family lived a life of constant movement, traveling from one base to another across Canada because of his father's military career. The family never stayed in one place too long, and for young Michael this meant always being the new kid, always needing to adapt, always needing to find a way to connect quickly with others. He discovered early that humor and charm were his weapons. They were the ways he would make new friends and carve a place for himself. Eventually, the family settled in Burnaby, British Columbia, where Michael attended school. By then, he had discovered a love for performing. He played guitar, he acted in school plays, and he began to realize that he had a natural gift for capturing attention. Though he was small for his age, standing at barely over 5 feet, his personality filled every space. His classmates noticed it. His teachers noticed it. Michael J. Fox had presence. By his mid-teens, he had already taken his first steps into professional acting. At the age of 15, he landed a role in the Canadian sitcom Leo and Me, where he played a 12-year-old boy even though he was already older. His youthful looks would become one of his strongest assets, allowing him to convincingly play younger characters for years. This early exposure gave Michael the confidence to dream bigger. At 18, he made the bold decision to leave Canada and move to Los Angeles. He carried with him little money, limited connections, but an unstoppable determination to make it. Hollywood, however, was not welcoming at first. Casting directors turned him down repeatedly, saying he was too short, too boyish, that his look and his voice would hold him back. He lived in small apartments, worked odd jobs, and struggled to make ends meet. He faced rejection after rejection. But he never gave up. Even his name became a challenge. The Screen Actors Guild already had an actor registered as Michael Fox. Rather than abandon his name, Michael added a middle initial. Inspired by actor Michael J. Pollard, he chose the J, and from then on, he became Michael J. Fox. That name would soon be known around the world. In 1982, Michael's persistence finally paid off. He was cast in the NBC sitcom Family Ties, where he played Alex P. Keaton, the conservative, suit-wearing, briefcase-carrying son of liberal parents. The role was supposed to be minor, but Michael's performance changed everything. His timing, his wit, and his energy made him the star of the show. Audiences adored him, and soon Family Ties revolved around Alex. Michael won 3 Emmy Awards and a Golden Globe, becoming one of television's biggest stars of the 1980s. But television was only the beginning. In 1985, Michael was given the role that would define his career and turn him into an international superstar. He was cast as Marty McFly in Back to the Future. Originally, the role had gone to another actor, Eric Stoltz, but after weeks of filming, the producers felt something wasn't right. They wanted Fox. The problem was that his Family Ties schedule was too demanding. So Fox did both. He filmed Family Ties during the day and Back to the Future at night, surviving on just a few hours of sleep. The result was cinematic history. Back to the Future became the highest-grossing film of 1985. Michael's portrayal of Marty McFly, the skateboarding teenager who accidentally travels through time in a DeLorean, became iconic. His chemistry with Christopher Lloyd as Doc Brown was unforgettable. The film's success led to 2 sequels, released in 1989 and 1990, and the trilogy became one of the most beloved in Hollywood history. Marty McFly was no longer just a character. He was a cultural phenomenon, and Michael J. Fox was one of the biggest stars in the world. During the late 1980s and early 1990s, Michael's film career flourished. He starred in Teen Wolf, The Secret of My Success, Bright Lights, Big City, Casualties of War, and Doc Hollywood. He showed he could handle comedy, romance, and drama with equal skill. Hollywood trusted him. Audiences adored him. He had it all: success, fame, money, and talent. But behind the scenes, life was about to change. In 1991, at the age of just 30, Michael began experiencing twitching in his pinky finger and stiffness in his hands. After medical tests, he was diagnosed with young-onset Parkinson's disease, a progressive neurological disorder that was rare in someone so young. The diagnosis was devastating. 4 years, Michael kept it secret, continuing to act while quietly battling the disease. Finally, in 1998, he revealed his illness to the public. The response was immediate and overwhelming. Fans admired his courage. Colleagues praised his honesty. Instead of retreating from the spotlight, Michael stepped into a new role: advocate. In 2000, he founded the Michael J. Fox Foundation for Parkinson's Research, which has since become the largest non-profit funder of Parkinson's research in the world. To date, the foundation has raised over $1 billion for research and treatments. Michael turned his personal struggle into a public mission, becoming a voice of hope for millions. Even as his illness progressed, Michael refused to let it define him. He continued to act, starring in the sitcom Spin City, where he won more awards. Later, he made guest appearances on Scrubs, The Good Wife, and Designated Survivor. Audiences respected him even more for showing his symptoms openly, never hiding, never pretending to be someone he wasn't. He also became a best-selling author. His memoirs, Lucky Man, Always Looking Up, A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Future, and No Time Like the Future, offered candid insights into his life. He wrote with honesty, with humor, and with optimism. His words inspired readers around the world, showing that gratitude and resilience are stronger than any illness. Michael J. Fox's legacy is enormous. As an actor, he gave us unforgettable characters. As a human being, he gave us strength, courage, and inspiration. He has faced unimaginable challenges, yet continues to live with gratitude, hope, and humor. His foundation continues to push forward, seeking new treatments, new possibilities, and ultimately a cure for Parkinson's disease. Today, Michael J. Fox is alive. Surrounded by his wife, actress Tracy Pollan, and their 4 children, he remains a devoted husband, father, and advocate. He has stepped back from acting, but he has not stepped back from life. His story is a living reminder that true greatness is not measured by fame or fortune, but by resilience and heart. Michael J. Fox once said, "Family is not an important thing, it's everything." That simple truth has guided him through success, through illness, through advocacy, and through life. He is not just an actor. He is not just a star. He is a fighter. He is a dreamer. He is an inspiration. And his story will continue to inspire generations, reminding us all that even when time changes everything, courage, kindness, and gratitude never go out of style. Person with praying hands, if you cherish these legends, please like this video, subscribe to Gone Legends, and share it so that their memories live forever.